I'm missing all these no about. Okay. I'm missing these 3 and all the open entire ones. Forbiddens.
Hand it over. I like my odds.
He's actually equipped with it.
Magia found a weakness. Now then. Magia Stigma. Magia I need a out in pursuit of knowledge. This is the answer. This wasn't in my calculation. Thinking time. Roar thunder. Rise fierce when you're finished. Study harder. Oh, worth.
Neural fragment. I did die. If I got hired as a Scrivener, but those times too. All worlds of information flows to nuclear. A rivet of facts alongside pure war will. An endless procession of scoop, scoop, scoop. That shows I'll depth the world investigating, uncovering, and breaking news. Cooperate with me, carry my mission. I thought it's a lot, and everyone has some fact they're hiding. Baston's knowledge locked in nuggets all the world over. Not crackle major positives and parlors his secrets within. That's the road, of course. As I am now, I doubt I have the dexterity to pick up any of these criminal locks. That's the reason isolation eyes out of the loop, hiding quietly in the outskirts of society. There's probably a way to spin that, though. I spent all that time that I wasn't talking to people, observing them. Later I learned, people let their guard down around cute little animals. A scowling guard cat will play cuddly coo with an adorable puppy, and soon confess all his greatest and precious thing. So I'll become the puppy. I wag my little doggy tail, act the part of a friendly, little non-threatening furball, and side ready post confidences. I'd rather be the soaring eagle with its bird's eye view, but I'll be the sharp-eyed hound, keep my nose against the ground, sitting out every last thing I can find. It's Ori. Wait, it's not journal entry.
I'll do what I must.
I need a plan. Magia.
Thank you kindly.
Alright. This is what it means to be a hero. I wasn't expecting that.
My last memory is crimson, a spray of bright red dots and a harrowing scream, a crowd fleeing in all directions, and enemy soldiers mercilessly cutting down the innocents. Some didn't even laugh as it did. It was just I was a stone. Still in my tender years, I neither cried nor wept nor cowered, but merely watched the chaos unfold. Being raised in a war-torn land is things to an impressive mind, and I suppose something had already broken inside me. I would have died that day, but cut down like the rest, were not for my brother. His cunning carved path for us out of his place. My brother was brilliant, so much so that the enemy king spared me who would serve. Yes, by his genius, by how shrewd the plans he proposed were in the attempts to avoid bloodshed, the blood has flowed. He would steal, they kill, they take and they take and they take. Lies, possessions, land, it's a state of our nature, a sole fact of our existence. My brother and I have seen so much together, and we've both reached the same conclusion. The world doesn't serve as the standard dawn. Life man is nasty, brutish, and ugly. Why not make it short? I need our side. I need you to convince me it's a good idea. My brother's face is flushed as he handed me the letter addressed by May. Perhaps he'd been in his cups. I need to ask him why he would be celebrating. The fundraising in Mount White is going swimmingly. I'm in my spot Hikari. He's the key to everything in Coup, and if I'm not getting to score according to plan, my brother will get what he's after. I doubt Hikari has a clue I am. I tried to propose my brother dearest. No part for me with me will help me move things along down the line. But if Hikari doesn't know anything about me, I certainly know a lot about him. Hikari's outside to him, a second personality my brother says was born from his family's cursed lineage. Somewhere in the past, Clan Ku's blood mingled that of the infamous Archmage Dark Hest, sparking a history of war and sacrifice, a more odious blood I do not know. As I passed Hikari's street, for a moment I felt as our eyes met. His gaze steady and true, just as it was when he was a boy. How had that bright spark in his eyes not dim over time? He had seen the same horrors I had, been through the same terrible war. This bad. Hikari is captured before I had a chance to do my road to right May. If Hikari is killed, it will ruin everything, and we'll have to start over from scratch. Plan May calls the fortress of Stormhill its home. Coldest place in Celestia, and I hate it. Times of the essence, yet this frigid blizzard is bearing me about like a leaf in the wind. If only I could take 2 steps without being blown back 3 back. When I finally reached Stormhill, Hikari had already been released. Hikari simply managed to sleep Reiman on his own. I had my overdue message to one of Reiman's retainers and quickly put the 2 paths place behind me. Oswald sends life imprisonment. Didn't want to process the judge's verdict. I blinked down my ears. What's going on here? He was supposed to be executed, was he? He was supposed to be executed, wasn't he? I ran as fast as I could to find Harvey. I should have known. That swine had stuffed leaves in the judge's pocket to bribe his decision. Why? I want him to see the power of perfect magic. That's his reason to play it, fool. Pride, where's pride? We need the Book of Demons complete. What if Oswald somehow finds a way to interfere? When I gave my report to my brother, he said, just watch the battle unfold. My brother already taken Harry's massive ego into account when he made us cut with the man. If that's the case, then I suppose it's a problem after all. Guys, I should hurry and get out of I can have a frigid aisle. So she's been everywhere.
Here I come.
Here goes.
Take this! Here I come. Here!
Time to shine. This is what it means to be a star. Acts of the light. I wasn't expecting that.
It's a bit easier if she has. Let's do it. I concealed myself among the chattering students and slipped at Harvey's lecture. The Book of Demons is nearly complete, so he's in a adorable mood. When I saw my chance, I gave Harvey the news. Oswald tried to escape from the outlet and died in the attempt. All I did was throw his high spirits off a cliff, but I say he started giggling. It was creepy. He finally settled down and he said, "Maybe prepare for my guest's arrival," and vanished back in his laboratory, humming cheerfully all the while. It's like he thinks Oswald's alive. Is Oswald alive? It can't be, and yet, if so, then he will come here to find Harvey to seek his vengeance. Wait, this is perfect. I know Harvey will argue in Harvey Book of Demons out of fuss. If I can set those two against each other, it might create the opportunity to slip in and select the book. Or my brother predicted this too. Harvey left for Duskrune's shrine. The remains of Archmage Dark Castle provide the final piece that Harvey needs the Book of Demons to soon be complete. I found a nice close place to conceal myself, and sure if Oswald showed up, just as the two fought out as they left to retrieve the Book of Demons in the wake of their battle. To no surprise, however, Harvey escaped alive. I was afraid of magic. A good of force that made dwarf eaten out of the Book of Demons. That girl, does she have some special power within her? So Harvey's alive? Oswald trusts the girl Lena to assist before setting off a journey. Like Apotes, the blood of the Luna family runs in Lena's veins! I knew it! Apotes is of the Luna family. Lena continued reminding her to watch for suspicious signs. Their fate, Lena sits at her desk and pours over her studies. Up the guard suppose. I'm curious as to why her brow signs wrinkles as she cradles her head in her hands. So her eyes are bright and her gaze seemingly set on some happy goal far off in the distance. Remarked difference from when I started Harvey's company. There was only worry and fear in her eyes then. My heart nearly leapt out of my throat when I heard that Mrs. voice sighing out behind me. Can I help you, miss? We turned and tried to disassemble with my tried to recover story. Maybe she knew her suspicion. She felt that then eyes warmed, but I sensed a keen suspicion buried deep in those friendly eyes. I will not underestimate her again. No one else has ever noticed me when I didn't want to be found. I'll need to ban my friend. It's too risky. Besides, I see nothing suspicious all the time and watch Lena. Might as well move on to more important matters. Graham and Calbrine. Where is I can find someone who has lost the page of the Book of Knight's original manuscript? Caldana, Captain Secret Guard, seem to be moving as Arcanette predicted and selling his pages. There's a potential problem, however. A nosy inquiry Nintendo seems to have caught wind of all this. Arca has her eye on him, but I can only pray he doesn't make any problems for us. I'll be careful not to draw his attention too. Book is close to being fully restored. Once it is, I'll need to move quickly to retrieve it and fulfill my mission. I also think Arca has been really the easiest means to the end. My brother doesn't tell me beware of her, however. It's quite forceful about it. I wonder why. Caldana, Captain Secret Guard, is driven by a lust for vengeance. She achieved that, and she now seeks to make the power shadow her own. And with restored Book of Night in hand, she sailed with the Triad's shrine. Her naive dream of avenging her people will never become reality. Why, you ask, dear diary? Because the right archetype taught her is purposely flawed. So there was hiding shadows of the Twilight Shrine, waiting for the perfect moment. Opportunity. There, lo and behold, Caldana's right when it's already, and she trusts him with his form. No one told me I had to deal with some horrible monster. It's not my pay grade. Like I had nothing to fear. The tail showed up and held the Caldana problem for me. I suppose Arcanette was behind his well-timed arrival. My puppet master, bravo. The first day my brother warned me to keep an eye on her. I slipped down to the ritual site of Nintendo's made his exit and retrieved the Book of Night. Also, it's to combine with the Book of Demons, and we'll be able to complete the Dark Blood Grimoire. Jeez, it's everywhere.
I'll do what I must. Now it begins.
This is a lot like what happened in the previous game, except in that game there's only 8 journals.
Magia. For a true friend.
This wasn't in my calculations.
Now it begins. I won't be afraid.
Was enough.
Yeehaw! Aber Prince. Maybe next time.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I am, Growl Tim Rain, just in time for the coronation ceremony. Rumor is that Apothecary and Trousseau is going to raid a parade with storm infused with shadow energy. His goal, infuse with shadow energy. Okay. Yes, that's what I thought. That's what Cass is mentioning too. Is that it was like the shadow was. So he found some way to incorporate the shadow into his reign. It was 1 year ago that Trousseau lost hope in the future and started down his path. He was out guiding mercenaries when he stumbled upon the lost seed. They met Claude, who gave him the Book of Night. Claude was disappointed at the counter. It seems he had swayed Trousseau to his side, but couldn't persuade an apothecary in the man's company. Regardless, he told me that his other pilot's eyes were filled with motivated strength. Deep was a kind of ability to sense a fierce determination. Where's it again? Oh yes, Cassie. She stopped Trousseau. Stopped people determining the safety and even dealt with the poison rain. As well enough, she also managed to mix up medicine that could combat the shadow on the spot. Positive was right. Cass is someone to keep an eye on. My brother will need to know that we have no potential threat to our plans. The mid-version Clockbank now has a fellow with a man's eyes named Particio. He's boasted that he'll rustle up ably and leads and buy the rights to semen defense or current owner Mr. Rock. He'll give the technical way to everyone. Pressed on why, he said, things like this should be shared with the whole world. It just confuses me. If I can borrow Rock's words, it is human nature to take for others to get on oneself. His little declarations, I'm sure Pride will prove himself no different than other slime. Greed and selfishness will win out in the end, they always do. Still, I'm very curious how this story will play out. I'll follow his Partitio, so I'll keep my expectations low. His faith in ours only leads to your betrayal in the end. I brought me a deal with Harvey, craft wicked demons, and evil tome said to be imbued with the man of darkness himself. Why, you ask? Well, dear knights, because we need it to restore the lost dark blood grimoire. Don't forget that neither my great brother nor even Claude knows how to make this tome, thus the need for Harvey. What my brother does know is that the remains of Darkcast are a key component. Then I showed the Valtibet. Harvey smiled. That's all I needed. It sounded like he was already most of the way there. He's a valuable asset, so we'll need everything we can to assist him. Harvey has an unhealthy situation of the Garden of Oswald. That's what it is, a severe inferiority complex. Harvey told me he'd gladly get out the dawn if he could best a man. Let Harvey read the book at night in order to pull my intrigues, but honestly, I think it wasn't necessary. The bottomless well of envy is the gut, properly manipulated, would likely have been motivation enough. Besides, I don't trust him. No brothers can fathom that twisted mind of his. Partitio's gone done. He has gone and done it. He held Rock and actually wrested the rights to see it from an agreed tycoon. That's nothing for what we did next. He actually gave it away just like he said he would. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. He's let the grand statement, then some. The heat of this passion even melted Rock's icy heart. I didn't think that someone's how to do that. Take a step back. What Partitio is impossible, inconceivable. I've observed countless people in my time, and to date, every one of them is motivated to varying degrees by self-interest. People are always willing to step up to others and achieve their own interests. Partitio, is he truly different? Is he someone who can at last transform this dark ugly world into something beautiful, wonderful? What do you think, brother? What my humble castle? That's how I agreed with my ride in Lost Seed, where it took me on a casual stroll with that rotting moss of a town. I felt the gag of such a death and decay, all while I was smiling and breathing it deep as if taking in the airs of a tranquil mountain meadow. This guy's man name is Claude, and he is a descendant of his Archmage Darkest. It is said that his notorious grandfather gave him a taste of the blood of the malevolent goddess of darkness, Vide, Vide. Probably enough, while he was still in the womb, as result the man has the blessed eternal youth. The blood of Darkest and Vide within his veins caused him to become the Dark God's vessel. And he rejected his destiny and said to his past on to his offspring. For our part, we don't care who the vessel is, just that we have one. Claude, however, seems to have purposes in the matter. Purposes, man started callous to with callous wind and says pride to eat our throats. The bloody victory goes off with spoils. I sure it is, he looked me up and down, his eyes seemed to place purely very soul. It was as if he was seeking to plant mercy beside me too. And me and Dark Blood staff told me that woman stole it for him. It's a lot of potential. His words. My purpose not to see it fulfilled. I heard it all there. I can't wait to hand several architect and let her handle us because it'll stick a flame. Dear Dryad and Petrichor, the window is a dark hunter. I introduced Professor Harvey several years ago at Arcane's request. She was talking to me. I had this to say. Petrichor is the dark hunter. Okay. I met Arcane when I was young, and it was then I swore myself to her service. Ever since, I have hunted for her and her alone, even slaying another monster known as the Guardian of the First Flame at her behest. Times 100 people too. The time I came to invest the Darkblood bow. Once again, my lady has use of me, so I shall gladly obey. I not long, and when she was finished, she showed me a monster. This beast, which she had character on Totohana, looked down at me with eyes full of loathing for all that walked this earth. I asked her what it was, and she told me the result of years of brutal conditioning and a healthy dose of Harvey's science for good measure. The result, an abomination cracked through repeated and horrifying experience. I nodded again. A soul this deep despair would surely prove to be the great source of power. It seems that leaving the Flay of Toha and Kirkir should prove no issue. So it was Petrichor who hunted the sacred beast.
Bring it on.
And she also kidnapped the monster that
How's that?
Now then. Together now. You're
Now then,
all elements.
let me look at you.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself. Sword.
I need fire
Bring it on.
and wind.
time to shine. Whirlwind blows, so that's it.
Thinking time. Let me show you what I've learned. Magia speaks.
You're feeling all better.
I've seen worse methods.
But how producers turned that kind of town into a hopping commercial hub. The bits of data was inspired. Must admit that watching everyone's apartments were coming like woke play inside me. The impression that worlds fill people with growing under the weight of 1,000 problems. It's fresh days like this that bring a rare joy into our lives. For once, I really truly meant what I said. I should never have poured my heart like in public of that. So the greatest proof that he's cracked my emotional defense and convinced me to believe in him. But eventually, he's read something else. Before I knew it, I was promising to help. Truth is, I'm excited to see what magic he'll pull out of the part of the hat next. Here's that, dear diary. This is the first time I ever helped someone for my own, for something that was directly related to my mission. Then stop for a moment and also appreciate the fact that he convinced the hour on to invest 80 billion leads in him. 80 billion. Which the party's proving man of integrity. We reuse those leads to help the world out, and not just his own pockets. Just a little bit longer, only a bit mind. I find myself needing to see what he does next. The secret flame has been doused. Perhaps I could recode something. There are words carved in the base. Hers is our will. Let the mirrors shine and kindle a fire in your heart to chase away the darkness. The mirror? Oh, I had to use it. Yeah, it's Ori.
Now what have we got here? A sacred flame? Here of all places? Have I stumbled upon a scoop once again? Why, I believe I have. I'm glad that's done. There's no need to keep up this cloying facade. To wear the mask of a chipper, unflappable Scrivener. No. Now I bring an end to this dark, wretched world. To liberate its people from their pain, their suffering, and their hatred. Just like I swore to you, brother. Together, we will usher in the night. I kept a close eye on the travelers, all while my allies and I worked behind the scenes. Until at last, I found the book I sought. The Dark Blood Grimoire. With it, I will smother the sacred flames, that they will never again light the way for the dawn. I offer this gift of blood. May the flames turn cold and dark. Mortals. Gods. Who was it that drew the line between them? The blessed? The accursed? Us? Them? Horatio. Would that we had never met. I'm sorry, brother.
Ori. I heard of an apothecary in town. A woman was found collapsed near the sacred flame and brought here for treatment. She had brown hair and wore a cap much like a Scrivener. After she regained consciousness, she simply vanished. That's Ori, it's gotta be. But if that's true, then what saved her? It appears her wounds fell just short of being fatal. She must have changed her mind just in the nick of time. She saw the worth in walking towards the dawn. I can hazard a guess as to why she hesitated. I believe it was thoughts of you that saved her life. Me? That'd be ridiculous, like I'd have anything to do with that. Well, no matter, as long as she's alive, all's well. But just where did she wander off to? I'm sure I'm lucky that you're around to cheer me up, huh? Our journey isn't over. We do well not to waste time in idle conversation. But if you must talk, then perhaps a different topic of conversation would suffice. Oswald. Thank you kindly. So we don't actually interact with her. We just rekindle the flame and then leave.